Design Studio.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl Lala, aka Chelle, aka Chelle, aka Michelle, my belle. First and foremost, I want to say welcome back to my baddies and big zaddies, okay? Both new and old. Special shout out to my A1 day ones, period. And what's up to the folks just passing through, because maybe you don't want to subscribe, you just want to look at the video. That's fine. Hey to y'all too. But a special shout out with a lot of love, honey, and kisses to my baddies and big zaddies, aka the fam bam, aka the subscribers. With that being said, I know y'all like Chelle. Shut up and get into this tea. Hold on. Thank you to everyone who has messaged me privately saying how they appreciate, admire, and respect the fact that my sister and I, that you see playing on my television back here, period, known as Sapphire Kimmy on YouTube, how consistent we have been for Vlogmas. Understand that as Second Life YouTubers, we put forth, in my humble opinion, an extra amount of effort as those who are RL YouTubers participating in Vlogmas, and know that we do it for y'all. Her and I sit back and talk all the time, where we have days where it's like, bro, I don't feel like it today, I'm tired. Sis works full time. I am fortunate enough to now be in a position where I do not. Both are blessings. Never get it twisted. Being able to work in this economy especially is a blessing. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm also grateful for my position. But with that being said, sis will work all day long, y'all. And she works all day. And then she will get off and come and edit her videos and record and everything that she needs to do for the vlog. So make sure y'all show her love. I also wanted to point out, while I absolutely 100% appreciate the private messages, I respect that not everybody's a social bird. That's fine. I would like for more people to start putting stuff like that in the comments, because a part of me, right, and it's a trauma response. A part of me wonders why you telling me quietly that you like me. Why not like my videos? Why not put it in the comments? And if you like Chelle, I'm one of the people, and I do like your videos. Okay, then I ain't talking about you. But there are some people who I feel like are closet supporters. And while I appreciate the support, I would appreciate it even more if you support me out loud, because that encourages other people to support me out loud. I might not be everybody's favorite, and that's fine. I really don't want to be, because I know that the people who do like me, yeah, that means I'm in good company. But with that being said, again, thank you to my baddies and big zaddies for punching that subscribe button, because we jump it around here. Hit it a few times. Tell your friends to come hit it. And tell the subscribe button we said whistle. And shout out to the hitchhikers just passing through. Okay. With that being said, I know y'all want to know what's the results for the test, child. I'm finna tell y'all in a minute, but hold on. Listen, you're not getting a full vlog today, because just like you probably thought, your girl overdid it. Yeah, I do this every time I'm sick, because I'm a hyper independent person. As soon as I start feeling better when I'm sick, I go back and try to tackle everything that I could not, SL and RL. So I overdo it, and then I end up feeling worse, which is my situation tonight. So after this vlog, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm finna take some cough medicine and pass out. I'll be responding to y'all comments tomorrow. With that being said, y'all want the results of the pregnancy test? Here you go. Pray God you get cold. Oh, standing outside. This woman's worth. This woman's worth. Oh, it's hard on a man. Now his party's over, and love starts. So y'all saw the results of the test. And here's my dilemma. I'm kind of gonna slip in and out of character, but here it is. I am a creative. Y'all hear me say this all the time, but it's because I mean it. Second Life to me, while it's fun, I enjoy the socializing, I enjoy the networking, the collabing, and the business opportunities. I really do. It's also my canvas. It's like a canvas and a series of secondary and tertiary colors that I get to use to paint this beautiful picture. As a kid, I loved to read, and I won't go into detail as to why, but I loved to read, and I was passionate and involved in my stories. The same way people get emotional about movies or soap operas, reality shows, I got passionate reading books. Reading a book to me was like watching TV in my mind, and I feel like in Second Life, I get to combine it, and I'm also the author. Why did I say Arthur? I'm also the author. So Second Life is my virtual manifestation of the books I've written through role play. With that being said, I sometimes experience a bleed of RL morals and values with my SL role play. And I want to be clear, my RL morals and values apply to me and how I govern myself. I do not use it to judge other people. I know y'all heard the saying that, hey, we are our own worst critic. That is literally how I govern myself. I give my friends and family much more grace and understanding, and I'm much more forgiving than I am with myself. So do not take how I govern myself as a way of how I view other people. With that being said, I don't want to have this man's baby, and I feel guilty about it. I don't remember if I said it before, but a bridge is about to get burned with him, I'm sure. And I'm okay with that because of how he's treated me. Not that I'm a victim, but he's made it very clear that his feelings are what is important to him. And that's the only thing that's important to him outside of image, right? So y'all don't know this dude. I have never shown him before. He has never shown me. I don't even think I've done no face, no case type pictures with him. So y'all don't know who this is. But when we first started talking, right, me and him had a honest sit down, one that I wish that I had done in every relationship I was in, and I will continue to do from here on out. Because I'll say this, even though I low-key regret talking to him because at this point it's gotten that ugly, I feel like God used this moment to prepare me for whoever my person is. And that's not to say he and I could never reconnect again and be in a different space, in a different place, and do things differently. Because I'm a firm believer that as soon as you tell God your plans, he laughs and redirects you, right? I could say, oh, I hate him and I'll never talk to him again. And then 5 years from now, God makes sure we meet in RL and fall in love or something. But anyway, he's not who I thought he would be. We sat down, we had an honest conversation with each other and was like, look, I don't really know how to be in a healthy relationship because all of my other relationships have been unhealthy. And I think that's an honest truth a lot of people need to have with themselves. Y'all swear that y'all want this person who communicates, who is in touch with their emotions, who will do this and do that until you get them and you realize that you're not mentally or emotionally prepared to handle it because you've never had it. That's like if someone who's maybe been deprived of a lot of food, right? If you put them at a buffet, their eyes are going to say, I'm going to eat as much of this as I can because I've never had this much food before. But their body, more specifically their stomach, is going to be like, what are you doing? We were like, I know you're grateful for the food, but we're not built for this yet. And I feel like relationships work the same way. So I sat him down and I was honest with him. Look, I've never been in a healthy relationship, on or off the grid. I have not. I said I had to do a lot of work on myself. Started building my own self-esteem, establishing boundaries, and now we're here. So I have to figure out how to be a healthy partner because I've only been conditioned to understand toxicity. You know, he agreed, same thing. He's ready for it too, right? Cap. One of my biggest things was we need to communicate, right? Even if it's uncomfortable, we need to communicate as long as we keep it respectful. And we agreed that as partners, we will be receptive of what the other person had to say, even if it didn't make us feel good. And it was not how it went down. It was very one-sided. And I've already had this conversation with him, and that's how we got here, right? The person he presented was this humble, loving, kind, understanding man. And the one who I started to see and now see completely is someone, in my opinion, sinister. That he is ego driven and he wasn't there to work on the relationship at all. Because he could say whatever he wants to me and I was never supposed to be offended. But he was never ready to receive that same criticism. And the irony is, he would say stuff to me like, and that's your problem. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, my problem? But then if I say, hey, you did this in this moment and this is how it made me feel, keep in mind, I'm talking about the situation and the moment. He will be talking about me as a person. And I even said it. I was like, bro, it's not even been that long. How do you have animosity towards me already? Like, that's odd to me. And it would never be anything like, oh, I disrespect him, I'm talking to other people. It was never that. It was just like, I feel like he just wanted me to shut up and tell him how great he was all the time. But he could tell me when I was flawed. Oh yeah, he would tell me every time. In fact, I remember a situation, and it still bothers me to this day, which it shouldn't, because him and I are done, but it's on my mind. And he was like, you said we could always be honest with each other, right? I said, of course. Because I meant it, y'all. I said, of course. What's up? Because we wasn't fighting or nothing like that, y'all. It was just I pulled up on him like, hey, babe, right? And I said, of course. What's up? And I'll just say it was a car. Say I pulled up on him in a new car. He was like, he didn't say, you know what? I like the style of that car. He didn't say, I like the model. He didn't say, I like the brand. He didn't say, I like the tires. He didn't say, I like the colors. He said, your new car? I was like, yeah. He said, I don't like it. I was like, okay, what do you not like about the car? And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, I just don't like it. And I'm thinking to myself, when somebody brings you something new, your partner brings you something new and excited, at a minimum, you could find one thing that you like about it. But you're not obligated, so keep going. So then I said, okay, well, what don't you like about it? Because at the end of the day, I love the car. And I literally told him, well, the car is staying. So tell me what you don't like. And if it's something we can modify, I don't mind modifying it. But this is the car. The end. So he was like, I don't know. I just don't like the color of the fender. And I was like, so not liking the color of the fender makes you dislike the entire car? I'm just not used to that color fender on a car. The color of the fender, something that's easily changed, makes you hate the whole car? Like you dislike the whole car? Oh, I don't know. And I just was like, okay. So time went on, and I was like, okay, well, he could tell me stuff he liked about the car. Y'all, no matter how excited I was about the car, he never said anything positive. And that wasn't the first time. Whereas me, he could buy a car that I thought was ugly or I thought was tacky. But as his partner, I would be like, it makes you happy, so I'm happy for you. You know what I mean? Now, it's not to say you can't have your own opinion, but if he were to ask me, like, hey, do you like this car? I'd be like, no, but if you love it, I love it for you, honestly. Right? I would still be honest, but it was almost like he wanted to tear me down. Like I showed up too excited about my car, so let me humble her real quick. And I could tell because in our arguments, I felt like he went hard to humble me, whereas I was trying to find a resolution. Now, again, I'm no victim because we had our moments where he pushed me and I snapped right back at him because I feel like when you're on your journey to growth and development, a lot of people think that, oh, if you're saying you're a spiritual person, you have to be kumbaya all the time. No, I will still pop you. Never make that mistake. I'm less likely to pop you now, and I won't be willing to pop you as quick. But make no mistake, you can still get popped. And that's what I don't like. When you tell people that I'm healing and I'm trying to do things differently, I think that they try to take that as an opportunity to do the most to you because you're not supposed to respond because you're changed now. No, that's not what change means. Change means I found my worth. Change means I'm trying to think more before I act. Change means I want to take the time to get to know people, places, and situations before I move, if I move at all. That's what change means. Change doesn't mean you can walk all over me and I'll never respond because I'm a new person. That's not what change is. But I feel like that's how he processed me. So anyway, I almost went off on a tangent with him. So he would do things that confirmed to me that he was still very much healing from toxic relationships. But at this point, I'm not sure if he was healing or if he was the toxic one because of how things went with us. So it would be plenty of times where I would have to explain myself to him, like basic situations. It happened as early as our first date. But because of our conversation, I didn't hold it against him. It would be something as simple as like, if I said, And he said, oh, I'm going to head out. I'm like, oh, okay, babe, what time you coming back? Now, me asking what time you coming back is because I'll make myself busy in your absence. And I am not the type of person where it's like, oh, you're back now? I'll drop everything for you. Especially if I'm like hanging with my family, especially my sister, honey. That's my boo-boo. But especially, like, I'm not just going to up and leave because you came back. But if you tell me, I will tell my sister off rip, hey, sis, I'm here because Bay is out, but he'll be back at 6:30. So, you know, I'm going to be going at 6:29. I love you. And sister's like, I understand. Bay get off work at 6:15. So, you can really head out at 6:14. I'm like, copy that. Okay? And there's no hard feelings. But with him, I'm asking him because I'm trying to tell him what to do. And I'm like, I didn't even ask you in that tone. Like, where'd you get that from? And I literally would say, no, babe, I just want to make sure that I'm available for you when you're done doing whatever you're doing. You could stay till 6:30. You could stay till midnight. You could tell me I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm just trying to make sure I'm available for you. I'm not trying to control you. And after he snapped on me, because let's make it clear, it wasn't just oh, okay. He snapped on me, and I would have to like, calm down, right? I would just be like, you know, I'll chalk it up to maybe he was with somebody who was controlling. And I never held it against him. But then when he would do stuff that made me be like, you know what? I don't think we're compatible. I think I gotta go. Right? Because I don't want to say it's in certain situations you might consider it my toxic trait, and others you might consider it standing on business. When I feel like somebody's playing in my face, I'ma just go. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not doing too much. I'ma just dip. Okay? But with him, I at least would try to have a conversation. And even if I stepped away, it was like, you know what? Maybe I'm moving too hastily. You know, I move with too much haste. Let me talk to him. I'll be like, hey, when you responded that way, it triggered me. I've been through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse. It triggered me, and that's what made me want to run. But I want to work on that with you. And he would seem like sometimes like, oh, okay, I understand. But he would absolutely 100% hold it against me. And that's how we ended up here. And my whole thing was, I don't mind you being flawed, but give me that same grace. Because I didn't come in thinking that I was going to be the perfect. I literally told you off the rip that I'm working to be a good partner. So, and I even told him, I was like, hey, if I do things and it makes you feel some type of way, communicate it with me in a healthy way, because it might not be my intention. I said, and I need the same from you. If I'm giving you a reaction that you like, uh-oh, this is not what I was going for, just communicate with me. But it was like he wasn't willing to do that. It would always turn out as an argument first. And then after I clarify, like, hey, this is what I meant, or this is how I interpreted, he'd be like, oh, I apologize. But I was like, bro, why does it have to be an argument when you do something, or when I do something every single time? When you do something, I give you grace. I don't take it personal. I don't pretend that I'm cool with it and then give you an attitude later. I just say, okay, because we already discussed that we were working on it. But it was a very much one-sided situation. And again, this is not news to him, because he said he would continue to support my channel, which I doubt. But if he's watching this is not news to you. We had this conversation. And so on and so forth. So after we decided that this was it, we're done, right? I'm talking to this man afterwards, because my problem is, and this is my toxic trait, I be trying to be the bigger person when I really need to lay people out verbally. And I don't realize that I should have done it until afterwards. So I sent him a message, right? Just venting. I thought he had me blocked, to be honest. I just was like, I just want to release the energy and move on. But he called me instead. And y'all, the arrogance of this man was so disgusting. Like, I cannot see us working anything out because of how disgustingly he handled me. I'm talking to this man, right? And he is so arrogant. Like, in his mind, I'm sending him that message because I miss him. And I was like, no, it was one of those situations where you have an argument and you think of all the good stuff you should have said after the fight. That's it. You've showed me who you are. You are not the person who I was ready to go RL with. You're not that man. You're not that man in my eyes anymore. So no, honey. And like, y'all, he's talking to me like, I was like, no, seriously. This was, in my intention, this was going to be the last time I spoke to you. I thought you had me blocked. I honestly didn't even think you would see it. I just was sending it to get it off my chest. If we keeping it 1,000. Oh, so you sent me that message to emotionally dump on me? I was like, I thought you had me blocked. Because y'all, this man had all his social media private. Because he said I'm a private person. I respect it, right? He had all his social media private, and we were not following each other, right? And then he blocked me. Tell me that don't look questionable. But anyway, so I was like, oh, he probably definitely blocked me on the grid. So I just want to say it, because, you know, when somebody block you, you can still send them a message. They just don't see it. So I was like, let me get this off my chest and move on, right? And I was getting ready. I ain't gonna say that was great too. But he called me, and it turned into this arrogant, you miss me. And I was like, no, I really just wanted to get it off my chest because I should have said it to your ass the last time. And he's like, yeah, I bet you told yourself. Because I said, what I said? I said something like, to me, that was going to be the last time I ever talked to you. And he goes, yeah, I bet you that's what you told yourself the last time we talked, and yet here we are. Why don't you just tell me how you feel for real? And I'm like, what? He's like, no, tell me how you feel for real. It's been days. You hit me up because you wanted something. All right, y'all. So editing Chelle here. I honestly feel like the reason he was trying to get me to profess my feelings was like he wanted his ego stroke. He wanted me to say I still wanted him so that he could feel the ego boost of rejecting me. Like, I feel like he thought I was like, oh, I still want to be with you. So he could be like, no, or something like that. Because in the relationship or situationship, he kept trying to get me to profess my feelings. And at first I was like, oh, excuse me, maybe his love language is affirmations, words of affirmation. So I was like, okay, I'm not that type of person, y'all. Like, I'll tell you randomly, but to constantly be like, oh my gosh, this is such a great relationship. Oh my gosh, I like you so much. Oh my gosh, you're such a great person. Oh my God. Like, when you do stuff for me, I'll be like, oh, thank you for taking out the trash. That was very considerate. Or thank you for doing this because, you know, acts of service is my love language. Oh, thank you for that. I really appreciate it because I don't want you to think that your efforts went unwarranted. But as for sitting there constantly, I love you so much. I love you so much. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best all day. That's not my personality. And I was like, okay, if I have a partner whose love language is words of affirmation, it's something I have to work on. And so I would consciously be making an effort, y'all, to try to like tell him thank you for the little things, even if it was very small, or constantly make him feel like my man, my man, my man, because I thought words of affirmation was his love language, but it's starting to feel like it has nothing to do with love language, and this man has a need to have his ego stroked. Because during that conversation, he just kept saying, just tell me how you feel. Just tell me how you feel. While also being rude to me. So it wasn't about he genuinely cared about my emotions or wanted to hear it. He wanted to feel like, yeah, this chick still want me and I'm rejecting her. And I'm like, bro, little do you know, I really can't stand you right now. And any feelings I have for you, you have killed with your disgusting behavior. But he just kept trying to say, tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. I was like, oh, he wants to feel like he's rejecting me. How small. And I'm like, I just told you because you had me blocked on everything else and didn't think I knew. I thought you had me blocked on here. I was sending the message to let out the energy. The end. Oh, so you emotionally dumping on me? I was like, it's not emotionally dumping because I thought you wouldn't see it. Maybe technically it's emotionally dumping, but I had no intention of making him upset. I just wanted to get it off my chest, y'all. I legit didn't think that fool would see it. I thought he had me blocked. So he's just like, yeah, I'm sure this will be the last time we talk. He was like, I bet you said that to yourself last time. And y'all, he just gave off this air of like, oh, I just really want to be with him. And I literally told him, I said, I need you to understand, you're not the man I thought you were. So the old me who wanted to work things out with you because I thought I was moving too quick, I was leaving too quickly, because he would throw that in my face. Every time stuff get hard, you just want to leave. Yeah, because you triggering me. You triggering me, reminding me of the abuse I've endured. That's why I want to leave. And you don't want to communicate. Everything has to be an argument with you first, and then you want resolution. I don't want that. I just want to talk. I don't want to fight first. Why can't we just have the conversation? Why it always got to be fight, blow up, act a complete fool, and then when it's like, okay, now I'm calmed down, let's talk about it. I don't want that. So yes, I leave because I don't want it. But then I tell myself, silly me, you know what? Y'all already had the conversation that this was something that y'all had to work on as individuals. So give him grace and talk about it. Because he could fly off the handle whenever he wanted. But if I do the exact same thing he did, oh, he wanted to crucify me for it. Like me, when conflict is getting too much and I don't want to become a different type of person, I get quiet. Me getting quiet made him livid. You don't just shut down on me, da da da. But when he get mad, he could not talk to me for hours, y'all. Not acknowledge a message I send or nothing. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? So during our final conversation, he's really bigging himself up. Like he didn't act like a whole piece of crap at the end. And I'm just like, this man is really feeling himself. And let me make something clear. This ain't shade, y'all. This is honesty. I'm a very humble person when it comes to dating. And it surprises a lot of people. It surprises a lot of people. It surprises a lot of people. I'm not going to not talk to you because you're not conventionally attractive. I'm not going to not talk to you because of your size. I'm not going to not talk to you because of where you fall in your tax bracket. I'm not going to not talk to you because maybe you ain't got a bunch of degrees. To a lot of people, fortunately and unfortunately, I am conventionally attractive. But I still handle myself with humility. Y'all, my mother even said to me, I lie to you not, this is funny, but it's not funny. My mother is a sharpshooter. She from Southeast DC. If you know, you know. So my mother gonna tell you like it is. And if you got a problem with it, you're gonna have to handle it with her. My mother said, I can tell that you get in relationships for love and not looks or money. Y'all process that. Like that comedian used to say, let it sizzle in your spirit. My mother said to me, I can tell you get in relationships for love and not looks or money. I think y'all know what she's implying. But when I do that, I feel like people who don't have the highest self-esteem take that as, they process it as, in the end, they start acting like they better than me. Like, oh, she chose me because I got the juice. No, I chose you because I'm a human having the human experience, and I like to lead with love, understanding, and grace. So no, what might not be attractive to the next person, if you have a beautiful heart and a beautiful mind, even if you're not the most educated, if you're willing to learn, I'ma fuck with you. And that's that. It's not a you thing, Stink. It's a me thing. And never get that twisted. Because every ex I have seemed to do that stupid stuff. They sit there and look at my personality and how I handle them and take it as, oh, I must have the juice. No, baby. I'm the juice. I'm just willing to share it with you. And that's me being confident and humble at the same time. So many people, because of how they look, because of where they live, because of the money that they don't have, will be like, I didn't think you would talk to me. If you got a good heart and a strong mind, the looks can change. You could be pretty today and ugly tomorrow, and vice versa. You could be skinny today and fat tomorrow, or skinny or fat today and fit in the gym the next day. All of that stuff can change. You know what's a lot harder to change? Your heart, your way of thinking. And that's what attracts me to people. It's a lot harder to change your behaviors. Looks, we can, listen, we got a multiple assistants when it comes to aesthetics. If you ain't got hair, you put on wig, you put on weave. If you got alopecia all over, because there's like 7 different types, you can put on lashes, you can put on wig. If your nails don't grow, you can wear nails. Men even have the wigs and weaves and stuff, not even just for women, it's for men. If you want to lose weight, they got pills, they got surgery. If you want to gain weight, they got pills, they got exercises you could do. If you just want to be fit, you could hit the gym, you got supplements you could take. All of that stuff is easily changed, but who you are is not. It takes life-altering situations to change your personality, which is why I'm more attracted to who people are versus what they look like. And a lot of my exes take that to their head. Like, oh, if a I was going to call myself a bad name. If a chick that looked like that willing to give me play, I must got the juice. No, dummy. I just have a kind heart and I love people. That be my downfall too. And that's what I feel like happened with this man. He felt like because I kept trying to try again. Because remember, y'all, I told him I'm working through my own stuff. So I wanted to work through the fact that I always want to leave. You could ask my sister, baby, because my sister know me better than anybody on this grid, okay? You could ask my sister. I will leave your in a minute. I will leave you in a New York minute. You can piss me off at 8:15 and by 8:17, you're blocked. Yeah. Play with your mama. But I was trying to work on that because that is a little bit toxic, right? Because you're not giving people a lot of grace when it's like that. But one thing I'm learning the hard way is everybody that I've tried to walk away from, I needed to. And so I'm just going to start trusting that. I always make the joke, but it's also very serious. I don't talk to nobody for more than like 3 weeks before it be a wrap. I rarely meet people, because I'm not going to act like there's not 1 or 2 people. There are people I still talk to that even though we didn't work out as a couple, we still cool. But for the most part, I can't date nobody. Since I've been working on myself, since I've been building my self-esteem and raising my spiritual awareness and things, and working on my social pillars like friends and family and stuff like that, people ain't been able to play with me. They haven't. After like 3 weeks, I'm like, yep, you're blocked. You're blocked. I tried. God, I tried. And with him, he don't understand me trying over and over again with him wasn't because he was just so dope. I was honestly just trying to do different. I was trying to move different. I thought different automatically meant better. But I regret it. When I left him the first time, I should have stayed gone. Because he's not the person he pretended to be. And I think that's what sucks the most. So no, I don't want to have this man's baby. I don't. But morally, I feel like, I don't know why. RL morally, I feel like it's the wrong thing to do to just say no. But it's SL, right? It's SL. It's SL. It's not that deep. It's SL. Let it go. So how I'm going to handle this situation? I'm going to take another test at the end or somewhere during Vlogmas. And if that one comes out positive, y'all, I will carry out the pregnancy. I can't say that I'm going to co-parent with him or that I'm even going to tell him. But I am going to RP going through with the pregnancy. But if it comes out negative, I'm going to take a third test. And it's going to be majority rules. So if I got 2 positives, then or if I do 3 tests and I got 2 positives, then I'm going to carry it out. If I do 3 tests and I got 2 negatives, then it was a false positive and we moving on. Y'all, that was a lot. I ain't even want this video to be that long. But thank y'all for watching if you still here. I'm definitely going to premiere this. I love y'all to life. Don't forget, this is the peak of seasonal depression. You are loved. You are important. Your ideas are special. You are special. If you leave us tomorrow, you will be missed. If you don't want to talk to your family and friends, sometimes it's better to reach out to a stranger, but also know when it's time to reach out to a professional. Don't forget that you can text 988. That is the suicide hotline. And if you, like I said, y'all have any alternative resources, like say you from another country, or maybe your state has specific programs, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Like I said, I love y'all to life. Thanks for listening. Peace.